All right, we've still got a lot of volatility out there, and we've got a little bit of a catalyst today, I would say, with the Micron MU earnings after the bell, and certainly something we want to watch here. That Micron earnings is it's going to be interesting, because what has been interesting in the current state of the market, right, is we're just off of highs again. We're sort of consolidating, bouncing around. Let's go ahead and pull the charts up. All right, we got our side by side here, and you can see like we're sort of ranging here at this point. There's a point I want to get to about that of why I'm slightly cautious here, but also I'm not throwing in the towel. So let's stay on track here. We got MU earnings is important because memory has been a major part of what's holding the markets up, and also semiconductors. But what stands out is there's been a lot of outflow in semis in the last couple of days. If you just look here at SOXX, big nasty gap down close just about at lows. And frankly, if you look at DRAM, same exact chart. So this is important because if you look at mags, we're basically in a bear market in the mag 7. Okay, that's concerning. That's concerning, my friends. Okay, so semiconductors, memory, and some of these other, AI stocks are holding the market up. And if we lose that, if that rolls, we're going to lose some levels in the market. So we need to monitor this. It hasn't happened. Okay. I'm telling you what to look for, right? That's the new rotation. We need something. We need some of these, you got 10% of the SPY is semiconductors now. Crazy. 40% of the SPY is made up of 10 companies, which includes semiconductors mostly and Mag 7 stocks. Mostly Mag 7 and semiconductor stocks. If we lose all of that, guys, we're going to correct again. All right. We had a face ripping lockout rally. It would suck to just start losing trend this fast. But guys, I got to say, if that is to happen, frankly, we do have support levels below that. Everything's going to be okay. What will become more attractive would be the weekly chart. All right, sure. I don't really want to see this swing low get breached, this little weekly swing low. I would absolutely rather it didn't, but we'll get what we're served here in the market. And if we do lose it, then we're going to probably want to start looking, maybe around that 7-11 area, but I would just say prior all-time highs as like our line in the sand. We got to hold that, okay? We got to hold that. And a bounce off of it would be an opportunity to get back involved in the market and look for rotation signals, all things that we don't need to talk about or worry about at this time. So pay attention. SOXX, pay attention. DRAM. All right, we got MU earnings after the bell. Micron earnings after the bell today. Pay attention to that reaction to that, but don't worry about that tomorrow's close. Thursday's close on MU and DRAM is important. How are we going to play that? So I've gotten this question a lot, like how are you going to play MU? And I'm not, is the answer. I'm not playing it into earnings. I never hold into earnings, okay? Getting a little bit of shake going into it. Guys, you got to understand, memory is up 1,000% in a little over a year. Guys, it's okay. This is pulling back the day before the earnings report. Let's not overreact here on this little pullback. Really still holding structure, nothing to worry about. So what happens? What can we do? Y'all know what I'm going to say, right? At least Bootcamp community, y'all know what I'm going to say. We have something very specific to look for, and this is it, you guys. If this, then that. Okay, we're going to build two scenarios. I've had 5-6 people ask me, what are we doing about MU? This is what we're going to do. One of these two things. It gaps down. Okay, off of the earnings reports. I'm talking about now Thursday. It gaps down on the earnings report. You have a gap down and you look at structure. Now, most ideally, if it were to gap down, it would be lovely to see it open above this structure and close above this structure. Okay, open and close. If it opens below and closes above, that's slightly different. I would prefer it open above, do whatever it does for the day, and close above this swing low. That would be the most beautiful thing I could imagine on a gap down, okay? Because I'm not in it, all right? I'm not going to cry if it gaps down. It's okay. I'm going to look for an opportunity to position into the strongest sector in the world. Arguably semiconductors, but memory has been the strongest, frankly, okay? Guys, let's stay on track. Gap down, close above this would be the strongest thing you could do. And then simply on Friday or any day after that, you have a gap down reversal play. Through the gap down high, the gap down candle will have a high, okay? Back up through that. So if it does whatever it does, pokes below, closes the next day, Friday, it pops up through that. There's your trigger, stop to our target. Frankly, I might even look for 3 or more R on something like that, because you know the shorts want to jump into this, and that's why the gap down reversal on names like this is such an effective model, because this is one of the strongest things out there, and you got shorts coming in, okay? Obviously, as of yesterday, obviously more are going to load in today, and they'll get squeezed out, right? If this thing gap down reversals fills that gap, that's coming from them being squeezed out, and if you could get into a gamma situation and all kinds of stuff. So I would say gap down reversal, look for more than just the gap fill. All right, if that is a scenario that we get. Scenario number 1, I just gave it to you. Scenario number 2 is a big gap up, and then we go peg play. If you don't know what a peg play is, there's a video on the channel, Warren Snacks Peg Play. Watch it. It's important. Hot earnings season. It has been. That's the second one. So, and then everything I just said, you can apply it to DRAM if you would like to expose more broadly. All right. But let's jump here into ClearTape. And before we do a more broad breadth analysis and build some plans outside of memory for the day, let's look at the theme pulse. All right. And yeah, see, memory was the leading outflow yesterday. And you got semis out here as well. Yeah, so a little concerning, frankly, you guys. Now, as I said, right, like we can't lose a Mag 7 plus semis plus memory. We just can't do that, right? We're not going to be held up by consumer discretionary and financials. It's just not going to happen. I mean, you've had communications has been an absolute turd for a while. Let's go back to the relative. Yeah, a slight improvement. I mean, that helps a little bit. Let's finish. Theme Pulse. Let's go to the 1 month. Now we are still, we're being led by memory, okay? Memory is the hottest market out there right now. So let's see. Let's see what happens, if that's going to change. Let's just check out the Theme Pulse on Thursday, all right? Actually, let's say on Friday, because it's after the bell earnings on Wednesday, which Thursday is the first full day. Let's check out the Theme Pulse on Thursday, and what we don't want to see is memory down here again. Okay, it's really that simple. So we'll keep an eye on that, and just going back, doing some more broad. I mean, that's my plan for memory. Okay, and pay attention to SOXX, pay attention to DRAM, pay attention to mags, and really quickly here, doing the side-by-side, realize that RSP doesn't look all that bad, and small caps doesn't either, okay? So the breadth out there is okay. It's okay. I have concerns. I've stated them multiple times. So all we can do is continue to focus on what's leading. We got industrials, we got financials, real estate looking good again. Consumer staples, never really something I love trading. I'd like to see discretionary. There's some names in discretionary that I do like to trade. So listen, I mean, technically we had an uptick in breadth, okay? We had an uptick. As nasty as yesterday felt, see, this is why tools like this matter, okay? If you were in frickin' semiconductors or memory, you think the market's broken and the AI bubble popped. But frankly, more stocks went up than down yesterday, okay? These are breadth signals. You need to be paying attention to this stuff. Okay, this is market breadth. This is gauging participation. The cumulative AD had an uptick. If you were in some of that tech stuff yesterday, or memory, whatever, it didn't feel that way, okay? But that is why these kind of tools are important. Let's look at rotation here. Let's see, let's dive a little bit deeper now. Just because you have something like financials moving doesn't mean that you want to be in all of them. Like, I don't want to be in capital exchanges, okay? I don't want to trade these names. If I want to trade financials, I want to be trading, let's see, insurance is leading right now. We got money center banks, they're pretty much always leading. Yeah, you see what I mean, guys? So like, you can't just blindly say, I'll buy anything in the XLF. Like, it goes deeper. That is why this tool exists, is to go deeper into the subsectors and then baskets within and find the real leadership, because that is what I'm here to focus on. We got managed care popping back up. Some of you guys were talking about that in chat. I wonder if anyone took UNH. I had something came up yesterday. I wasn't able to be around as much as I would have liked, but some of these things still look good. HUM, yeah, they're holding up. They're holding up. I would keep these on your radar, you guys. What else we got? We got industrials, aerospace. That took a little bit of an uptick there yesterday. There might be some names worth looking at. We had a pretty significant pullback in aerospace after the SpaceX IPO. And maybe if we can get some stability, obviously that sets some other names up. So that might be worth considering. I've got a little UFO watch list here. If anybody wants that, drop a comment and I will copy and paste the link. There's some names on here. Let's look at a couple. No. Okay. Well, this is actually the ETF. Now, this isn't that bad because what you have here is a range for me. I've been talking about these box breakouts a lot here on the channel recently, guys. Get a little quarter sizer. Stop goes right below the swing low in the 50. That's nice and clean for a little quarter sizer, baby. And look, I know everybody wants SpaceX to go to zero so they can buy some, but if it doesn't and it squeezes up, we get into a gamma situation. Hey, quarter size, let it break out, load up to full size on the retest of the zone. Y'all know what a box breakout is. LXH, no. Blue Sky, no. PL. What do we got? Sky T is a favorite of mine. This is trying to break out of that box. So yeah, this is playable now. You know, maybe through yesterday's high would be a little safer. A little swing low, 50. 50 is your stop, swings low is your stop. What else we got? GE I saw was really strong recently. Got a box breakout. I would have liked a little bit of a deeper retracement so we could have got that retrigger back through the 9, but anyways, you know, it's okay. Look, a pretty vertical move up into the breakout. Next triple R on this. I know a bunch of you guys are big fans and traders of GE. I'm wondering actually if any of you took it down here where you were asking about it. Great trade if you did. So anyways, HWM is one that we were looking at through this range. Baby, gave that 2R in just a few days, finally breaking out. Woo! All right. Yeah, hey, I like that idea, you guys. I like that idea. XAR, a little quarter sizer. I might look at that. Let's do Rocket Lab as well. Just pulling back to that prior all-time highs, guys. Reacting off. Here you go. Here you go. You get a ripper Magoo. I can't chase it. I can't do it. All right, first triple R after that big all-time high breakout ripper, pulling back to test the area. I'd like to see this thing react off of it, get back above the 50, the 9, whatever's on top at that point. Entry, stop, 2R target. All right, I don't hate the idea. Keep an eye on it, guys. Keep an eye on it. I like a lot of what I just said better than getting involved in SpaceX right now. If you got to do it, if you can't help yourself, okay, I mean, maybe check out the hourly retracement reaction. I don't know. I got nothing for this right now, you guys. Listen, I'll invest in SpaceX when it cools off one day, and if it just rips and launches off into space, then I'll let it go, and I will find setups when there is some structure for me to set ground rules off of. I'm not interested in chasing anything. All right, guys, what else do we have? We got, let's do our matrix. So those of you using ClearTape, we got something cool here, another addition to the tool. This gets better every week, guys. It's not going to stop. So looking at the percent up, I would like to look at that. These were, the 4% up stocks on the day where there frankly just weren't many in the S&P 1500. I got a bird going crazy. Hey, I don't know what to do about that. Sorry, guys. I live in the real world. There's noises out here. So anyways, I'd like to pay attention to some of these. Let's see if we got anything that looks attractive. Nah. Legend, that could be interesting. And pharmaceuticals is a hot sector. None of this is standing out to me, you guys. I don't really care about any of those. Now, up 25% in the last 21 days. Might have some more on here for me. We got Dell, looks pretty good. EPC's got a look there. Oh, HPE never really broke that structure. That could be worth looking at here today. All right. Yeah, look, I'm not going to make you watch me go through my entire watch list building, but Saturday, if you'd like to see the whole process, the entire framework, starting with market breadth, structured, building a plan based off of data, okay, not emotions, not news, not what could happen, a if this then that plan for what does happen, okay? We're going to build multiple scenarios. I'm going to do it live. We're going to go through all the breadth signals and build the plan for the week ahead based on leadership. So let's wrap today's video up, guys. That is Saturday morning, 8:30 a.m. New York time. Email me warrensnacks@gmail.com and I will send you the private live Zoom link. It's going to be a good time. I know a bunch of you guys from the community will be there. I look forward to hanging out with all of you as always. And I've already gotten a handful of other people as well just from the other day's video. I'm excited to get these live sessions going again. I did a bunch of them, just like an analysis and AMA. And of course I will do an AMA as well, but I want to show the full framework because I'm just growing so passionate about teaching market breadth, right? Being able to make your own decisions. That's what it is, okay? I don't rely on anybody. I don't listen to news. I have blinders on. I have earmuffs on. I don't care. I know how to read the room. All right, and I'm teaching people how to do that. So if you want to come hang out on Saturday, 8:30 a.m. New York time, that's what we're going to be doing. IRM back over here on the leadership Cyclone is an interesting little thing to see there. So that'll get put back on watch. You can see this range. So I'd like it to break out of it. Next triple R is going to be interesting. QM back up on there as well. Yeah, look, guys, come on. Keep an eye on a lot of the stuff we've been talking about. So, hey, look, I don't think we need to spend too much more time. Let's see if I see any other concerning signals. You know, big outflow in tech again yesterday. We talked about it, guys. That's what I'm saying. We got Mag 7s going into a bear market concerning. We got semis and memory taking a breath, okay? Taking a breath. But we do have other rotative signals out there. So if money steps back into those sectors, right, let them cool off. It's okay. It's okay. Let's end on that. Let's look at these charts. DRAM needs to take a breath. SOXX, not quite as very. I mean, it kind of took a breath. Like Let's clean this up. Let's clean this up. You know what, we at the very least, let's range, okay? Let's range, build up, and then pop out and go for the next leg up here in the next weeks, months, whatever. But we don't want to go losing levels, okay? So there's a line in the sand on SOXX. Let's do a line in the sand on DRAM. Let's do a line in the sand on mags. It's kind of breaking it. Concerning. Okay? I don't know what else to tell you guys here today. That's enough. All right? Pay attention to what I just said to do. Learn how to read market breadth. Come hang out on Saturday. Guys, stay safe, manage your risk. Let's go make some money. I'll see you soon.